a few feet above the runway and hold it down and let it accelerate as fast as it possibly could. And as soon as we had that 170, 180 knots, things could start being easy into the air. But they take a 1 mile runway and turn it into a 3 mile runway. So you just got one airplane land, it had 2 Merlin engines on it, one airplane. Now you had 2 Merlin engines taken off of 2 airplanes. And right behind is the radial engine, the R2800 of the Corsair. P-40 Warhawk. Yeah, it takes a little while for that left main gear to retract on the Curtiss P-40. Very versatile airplane. Members of the 23rd Fighter Group, the U.S. Army Air Corps, came to the rescue and flew these P-40s. The shark mouth that you see painted on the Flying Tiger airplanes is attributed to the Flying Tigers, but they didn't originate that. They liked the design and they used the design. But it actually was used by the Brits before that. And the rumor has it that they may have seen pictures of some German aircrafts like Typhoons that had it painted on them themselves. But they put it on their P-40 Warhawks that were used in the North Africa campaign. And many of those were ferried to China and given to the AVG pilots, the American Volunteer Group. They already had the paint job on it. They may have cleaned it up a little bit, but they didn't actually originate that. The airplanes were given to them and already had it on when they got there. And you'll see the Jacky C painted with the shark mouth painting of the American Volunteer Group on this P-40 Warhawk. Flying Tigers. 2 Mustangs, a Corsair and a P-40 Warhawk pass in review. The P-40 Warhawk with its Allison V12 engine, actually a slightly larger engine than the Merlin, but developing about the same horsepower, a little less. Jerry Yeagan from the Military Aviation Museum down in Virginia Beach, Virginia, sending his de Havilland Mosquito to fly for us here the World War II weekend. Our fighters are going to be flying a couple of passes for you, and then we have a special treat for you after that. been on strafing runs, but look at this beautiful formation coming in from the left. F4U Corsair, P-40 Warhawk. Tom Richard, also from the American Air Power Museum at Farmingdale, New York, Old Republic Airport. Tom was also qualified to fly in their P-47 Thunderbolt. Let's listen to the Mustangs as they die down. And of course, that P-47 is the aircraft that you've read about in the news recently that suffered a catastrophic problem, and the highly skilled pilot Bill Gordon was able to very successfully pitch that aircraft into the Hudson River, but unfortunately was unable to extricate himself from the aircraft in sufficient time to survive. So at the conclusion of our fighter passes, the aircraft are going to join up into what you may have seen here at Reading in times past, the missing man formation. As we say, gone west and made their final flight. Who perished in battle or in combat or and today's missing man flight is going to be dedicated to those who we commemorated on Memorial Day just last weekend. We will fly our missing man flight in tribute to all who have gone west, and in particular to our good friend Bill Gordon. So when you see the aircraft forming up, and I'll tell you about it when they form up in the foreship ready for the missing man formation. I'll ask you to please stand reverently. It's customary to stand as a soldier of attention during the playing of taps. As a foreship, where we go fingertip formation, is you tuck your thumb in and hold up 4 fingers. That's the ends of your fingers are the positions that the aircraft will be in. Ring finger or number 3 aircraft will be the one that will pull up out of the formation, climbing toward heaven, turning toward the west. And that'll be coming up in just a few minutes. That's what you can expect to see. And as I mentioned, it'll be in commemoration of all our servicemen and women who have gone west, and to our good friend Bill Gordon.
Do you know that aircraft over there? That transport? Twin tails? They're rare.
Yeah, they used them during Vietnam. C-130 or C-130?
He only had single tail. Oh, they're off all the time.
Where they break for landing, so you get a chance to hear all of those wonderful engines once again. And that'll be the conclusion of the air show when our aircraft are safely on the ground. But as you see, the B-17 is taxiing out, taking some more folks for a ride around the countryside. The weather turned out to be terrific this afternoon. We hope it's going to be the same way tomorrow. We're hoping it's going to be the same way tomorrow. But fortunately, the greatest job in the world is being a weather forecaster. You never have to be correct. So we're hoping that the forecasts they're making for tomorrow are going to be typically incorrect. And we'll have another great day tomorrow for flying as we have today. But as I mentioned, there's many, many more things to do here at the World War II weekend. So stick around. Instead of sharing the highway with 30,000 of your closest friends, you can stay right here and have lots of things to do at the World War II weekend.
We gotta do that.
Forming up into a right echelon. This time we'll expect you to peel off to the left for a left-hand pattern for the landing. Windows peeling off to the left. Never going to see going on. 1002, 1003, and we're going to have there he goes. 4-second interval, that's a typical fighter interval. 4 more seconds, and away goes the P-40 Warhawk. This gives them separation on the downwind portion of the traffic pattern so that as they come in for landing, they have good separation on the landing roll. So that if there should be anything such as a tire failure or brake failure or anything like that, there's plenty of room for the airplane behind to get stopped and clear the runway. They'll be on the runway momentarily.
Hi guys, thanks for making there.
And I guess he goes for race. You could have one pair.
Good tail touching down on the second landing. And the pilots in the crowd are going, yeah, I've been there and done that too.
She never left. Yeah. My house. Okay. Here we are. It's all good.
Clark Murphy touching down in his Mustang. Called Never Miss. Stan Music about to touch down in the Corsair.
We drove back to DC. She's going to get a frame.
Tom Richard about to touch down in the P-40 Warhawk.
There's an L-down.
P-40 on the roll-off. And now you see, again, the Helldiver is taxiing out with a passenger on board. You can be that passenger. Flying is going to continue long